What's going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. This one is going to be a little bit different opposed to my high-level tutorials. I believe these three things I'm going to go over are the most critical pieces to actually leveling up and getting better in your life. So this video is actually probably going to offend some people with some of the points I'm going to be making, but I guarantee that you are going to learn something and actually spend some time reflecting on the points I make in this video. So number one, I believe is the most important, is you need to want this more than anything else in your life. If you don't have your goals as a number one priority in your life, then me personally, that tells me that your goals are not that important to you and you're not that serious about actually achieving any sort of success and leveling up. And I know some of you watching tell yourselves that you want it and you want to be successful, but actually challenge yourself to have, a little bit of an inner dialogue conversation whether or not you really want it. Because like I said, some of you guys are just saying, oh, I want this, I want that, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. But what are you actually doing to get there? It's one thing to say, oh, I'm gonna be successful, and actually putting in multiple hours in every single day, no matter what day it is, weekdays, weekends, doesn't matter, a holiday, it doesn't matter. Those people are most likely to be successful of the other people that say, oh, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, but they spend, half of their waking hours and all these hours playing video games, texting girls that they're never gonna smash, wasting time, wasting energy, going to bars, going to clubs. If you're not networking, it's really no point in my opinion, and it's gonna actually hold you back and really just limit the time that you could be putting into building your empire. And I'm very strict with myself. This means I don't play any video games. The only time I play video games is if I'm at my friend's house and we're having just one night, once every few weeks, maybe once every 3 weeks, once every 4 weeks, we'll run up Mario Party. I'll go to my friend's house and we'll play Mario Party for an hour, and then that'll be it for several weeks, right? I cut out all sorts of stuff like that, and I cut out a lot of other behaviors in my life that were kind of just limiting, I almost said castrating, I don't know why, that were limiting my energy and limiting my time to work towards my goals. And if me telling you to quit playing video games triggered you, then you obviously value the comfort that you're currently in more than wanting to be successful. Because me personally, I come from a background of being in high school and literally playing Call of Duty and playing video games for 10 hours a day. I'm literally not exaggerating. I would play Black Ops 2 for 10 hours a day from when I was 15 and 16 years old. I was just getting into stocks, but I wasn't really taking it super seriously. But I was still playing video games like crazy, not really advancing in the real world. I would just hop on Xbox with my friends and trick shot, because that's what we did. We loved trick shotting on Black Ops 2. You have to grow up at some point and you have to move on to actually doing something to build a strong foundation for yourself to be successful. And playing video games, even for several hours a day, is severely going to limit your ability to do that and make that a reality. It's just easy to tell if someone's serious about putting in the effort and time by their actions, and you do have to sacrifice some stuff temporarily. Just like me, for example, I'm gonna give you guys a real life example. Not even just a video game stuff, this is me very, very recently. So I've put in all of my effort and time pretty much into high level and making this content. Basically just content creation when it comes to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram is more like personal stuff, like just lifestyle stuff, but really just like business stuff, right? So what I've had to do is I've actually had to limit my time at the gym. Beforehand, I was going to the gym 5-6 days a week, and I would be at the gym for an hour to an hour and a half. So that's really anywhere from 5 hours up to 8 hours a week, really, or 7 hours a week. And what I had to do was I had to take a step back and reanalyze what my priorities were. So I came to the conclusion that putting a high level and putting my online business is much more of a priority than going to the gym, at least for the time being. So what did I do? Well, instead of going to the gym 5 to 6 days a week, I only go 3 days a week now. And that's just to maintain my frame and maintain my physique. I've been going for a few years at this point. So I've just been eating at maintenance calories, and I've been training, still training hard, but I'm not going 5-6 days a week and spending that long of a time at the gym, because this is my priority. So I had to sacrifice the gym temporarily to build up a online presence and build up an online profile for high level and for my content. So that's just one example of me living through that right now, of sacrificing the gym for content and my online business pretty much. So you can apply that same sort of model to any aspect in your life for balancing out priorities and figuring out what's important to you. Now, point number 2 ties in very well with my first point, to be honest, and it's about instilling the desire, drive, and discipline without relying on external motivations. And what I mean by that is you watching these YouTube videos of like David Goggins or Patrick Bet-David or Andrew Tate talking about whatever motivational stuff. You know, once in a while if it shows up in your For You page or something, cool. But if you're the type of person to just binge watch that content with like the dramatic background music and get like all amped up in your room, be like, yeah, this is my time, bro, this is my year, this is my year. Like if you're that guy, like you need to do some self-analysis stuff and really dissect your personality, whether or not you actually are relying on external motivation or you're relying on yourself to get the job done. If you watch this type of content often, it does tell me that you do have a hard time finding the drive and the fire inside of yourself, and also sustaining that drive and fire inside of you to keep pushing, especially when hard times hit and you run into certain challenges and certain roadblocks. Because whenever you're building up towards something, there's always going to be new challenges. That's the life of a business owner, the life of an entrepreneur. You have to be a problem solver 24/7. Relying on that sort of content long-term really just isn't good, because like I said, when hard times come, you are probably going to quit because you've been getting your motivation externally instead of really digging deep and saying, hey, I'm doing this because I want this outcome. And this is one of those things where people have really like tried to figure out, like, where does this come from? Or is this something you're born with? Is it something you're kind of instilled? Is it instilled in you when you're growing up as a kid or a teenager? I'm not sure. Some people are just genetically more inclined to be driven. But either way, the mentality of being all in or just nothing is the mentality you need to have. You need to be balls deep in whatever you're doing in life, seriously. If you want serious results, you have to be seriously invested into what you're doing. You can't be half in, half out, working this week, taking off this next week. You gotta commit and get shit done. And now point number 3, a lot of people may have an issue with this and think I'm being a little bit crazy, but you need to set the bar higher when you're going ahead and setting goals. You wanna make 10K a month? Oh, I wanna make 10K a month, that's so amazing. No, aim for 20K a month. Oh, I want to train to go and run 3 miles for a mini marathon for myself to push myself. No, train for 5 miles. You'll find when you start having success and actually working towards achieving these goals, you won't get comfortable at your original goal, if that makes sense. So say you start today, right? Or you're on your way to making $10,000 a month, which is awesome. Say right now you're at 4K a month, right? And then 3 months from now, 4 months from now, you scale up with an online business and you get the 10K a month. And then in your subconscious mind, since that was your only goal of 10K, you kind of start to slow down and kind of relax. And you take your foot off the pedal a little bit. And you're like, huh, I just achieved my goal and now I can kind of go and do whatever. And you can to an extent, you can. But I don't recommend stopping at your original goals, because especially for financial goals, because as we know, inflation's crazy, the world's getting crazy. 10K a month is $120,000 a year. 120 grand a year does not get you the lifestyle that you think it does. I promise you that. You need to be making at least $250,000 to be sustaining a nice lifestyle and really just enjoying a lot of luxury things if that's what you're into. So aim higher in all of your goals, and even if you do fall short from that new goal, I'm sure you'll probably fall in between that new goal and your previous goal. You'll be somewhere higher from your original goal. And maybe right now you have a limiting belief saying, I can't make 20K a month. 20K a month is crazy, that's $240 a year. Who's making that kind of money? A lot of people are not making that kind of money, but if you're on this channel, then you know you're kind of ahead from most people. A lot of people don't know about this kind of information. They're too busy watching some Netflix series that gives them absolutely zero value. You're actually here trying to get value and self-improve. You watch my content, you probably watch a lot of other creators in the self-improvement and online business community. But if you still have that limiting belief, I want you to go to the nearest exotic or supercar car dealership near you. And I want you to go talk to the salesman there and just ask them, what is some of your crazy stories with some clients? And I guarantee that your mind will be melted by some of the money these people have. And that is going to absolutely just break your mind even more. Me personally, I've been able to do some nice things for myself. I've been able to be in a comfortable situation, to say the least. I bought my first supercar at 20 years old. I bought it outright in cash. I'm not gonna buy a supercar in cash again because it's just a lot of money trapped in one liability, really. It's not an asset. I have a certain mentality too towards money that where most people, the average person, would think I'm crazy with some of the numbers that are coming in and going out. They would think it's insane. But when I still go and talk to my salesman where I got my car from, and even some of the other salesmen, I'm close, I'm friends with a lot of them, they're real chill with me. They tell me some crazy stories. This guy, for example, okay, he bought a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and it was $550,000 before taxes and fees. And that's not the craziest part. Hold on. He looked like he was in his early 30s or mid 30s. He had his wife there. He had his daughter and his son there. You know, 2 little kids. He looked like a chill dude. Come to find out that I'm talking to one of the salesmen who's dealing with the deal, and he was like, "Yeah, man, that guy just bought the Cullinan out there in the front for $550,000." And I was like, is it a black badge? And for you guys that don't know, a black badge is like the upper echelon model of Rolls-Royce, pretty much. It's kind of like a limited edition one. Blacked out interior, has the blacked out Spirit of Ecstasy in the front. And he was like, no, but he got a gold Spirit of Ecstasy. This guy got a gold Spirit of Ecstasy on the front of his Rolls-Royce. That's the little thing that pops up and down when you unlock and lock the car. So in case you guys didn't know. And it was like an extra, I think 12,000, he said. I forget exactly. I think it was an extra 12,000. Oh man, I wasn't even going to be going into that car story, but I feel like it's relevant to helping break that limiting belief if you have one. And it's also a funny story as well. Dude customized his entire Rolls-Royce Cullinan spec with a gold Spirit of Ecstasy. Like, if that's just not a big middle finger to regular Rolls-Royce Cullinan drivers, I don't know what else is. It's just a flex. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like these, more one-on-one where I'm showing more of my personality opposed to just high-level tutorials, drop a comment or like the video. It'll let me know whether or not you guys actually like this kind of content. And for everyone out there that has joined and subscribed since watching this Nico podcast, I want to welcome you because it is very amazing to actually have a group of like-minded people. And I know by the time this video comes out, I'm already gonna have some previous tutorials in between the podcast and this video. But guys, I just wanna thank you so much for supporting the channel and helping me grow my channel and just helping you as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, of course, I do teach high level, which is a white label software. I do have an entire program, OUTLIER Agencies. You get access to everything I have for free. All you gotta do is start your 30-day free trial with high level. But guys, I always gotta plug, right? But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna see you in the next one.